American Apparel, a company once responsible for setting the standard for Made in America cool, has filed for bankruptcy. The company's controversial founder, Dev Charney, was ousted a little more than a year ago, and since then a New York hedge fund has had controlling interest of the company, tasked with turning it around. Sapna Maheshwari is joining me now. She's a business reporter for Buzzfeed News, and you've written a lot about this. It's got to be difficult if you're a shareholder of this company to see your share worth 11 cents.
Yeah, the shares was worth 11 cents last week, and now under this proposed bankruptcy plan, it'll be completely wiped out.
Okay, so no deal for shareholders here. What caused the company's steep decline? After all, I mean, 10 years ago, if you got something from an American Apparel store, you were at the height of cool.
Well, everything that can go wrong for a company went wrong for American Apparel. They had a huge immigration raid in LA where they lost a ton of workers in 2009. They were hit with tons of lawsuits, and of course, a lot of this came from its somewhat controversial founder, Dev Charney.
Okay, and he was actually, there's been legal battles because he's been talking smack about the company that he once was leading.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where there have been more than 20 lawsuits filed from Dove, from those loyal to Dove, from shareholders, and it's become a huge mess for the company.
The New York hedge fund came in and took over and said, A, to Dove, okay, we're going to sue you for making all these statements, for trying to oust board members and the like. 2, we're going to overhaul this brand. We're not going to do something that verges on softcore porn on our billboards and in our ads anymore. We're going to go for millennials and about their social consciousness. Has it not worked?
I mean, I think it was a hard plan because a lot of what was criticized about American Apparel is what made it special and what made it unique. And it may have verged into the inappropriate to some, but I mean, there's something that's cool about a lot of it to college-age kids. Maybe not so much going to a blog that talks about social justice. They really liked a lot of the messaging around American Apparel.
All right, and so given the fact that it's in bankruptcy now, does that mean that these college kids will no longer be able to go and get their favorite leotard and electric blue top from American Apparel? Or does it mean the stores stay open, but there's going to be some major belt tightening?
The stores are actually going to stay open. The e-commerce site will also keep running. So for customers, nothing is really going to change. Gift cards will be honored, returns can be made. And they say right now that the stores will continue running as well. It's really happening more at the corporate level.
Okay, and what's happening there?
So here now, a whole group of bondholders from Goldman Sachs and including the same hedge fund, Standard General, and a few others, they'll be running American Apparel and doing some sort of belt tightening.
Do they know anything about running a clothing company?
Well, some critics are saying that's why the hedge fund couldn't turn American Apparel around and why it had to file for bankruptcy today. Obviously, there's differing opinions on how much damage had already been done to the brand, but I mean, it remains to be seen.
Right, you got a bunch of finance guys who are like, hey, I'm going to go run an apparel company. It can't be that hard, right? Well, I guess we wait and see how they emerge from bankruptcy, whether it makes them stronger or whether the brand itself just disappears. Sapna, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.